Okay, we're live. We are live here at Radicle Effect Brewerks in Rock Island. John, you are the veteran bartender here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Are you ready to do 20 rapid fire questions with us?
I think I am. I'll do my best for you.
Okay, John, let's start with you. How long have you been here?
I've been here for, well, technically 9.5 years. I started about 6 months after we opened originally.
And what do you like doing here? What's your favorite part of the vibe?
This place is just so great. There's so many reasons. The beer is fantastic. The people I work with are wonderful. Our regulars are the best in the world, and so you can't really go wrong.
Cool thing about Radicle Effect is you've got indoor and outdoor space.
Right, we do. With COVID and with the lockdown, we really took a chance and went and set up the patio, and it's become just a regular part of our business now, and people are out there all the time. It's great.
So I'm seeing behind you, you've got quite the list of brews on tap. Can you run through some of your favorites or some iconic beers here?
My favorite's actually right at the top, the Long Kolsch Night. It's a Kolsch German style brewed with cucumber and lime oolong tea. It's very crisp, it's very light, refreshing. Our Black Tongue is an American stout, dark, roasty, and really just stick to your ribs kind of beer. The Technology is an amber ale that we do with coffee and vanilla. So it's got that coffee right up front, a real nice sweetness from the vanilla, very malty. The Punk Kids Moshing is part of our Punk series of IPAs. We've done several of those. This is the newest one that we do with Mosaic and Citra hops. And that's it. Oh, and the Bootsy Collins, named after the famous bass player Bootsy Collins from Parliament Funkadelic, is our Pink Boots IPA. It's delicious too.
So some of your guest taps, of those, what's your favorite?
Of the guest taps, right now I really like the Stone Buenaveza. It's a salt and lime lager. It's a great summer beer, nice and refreshing and crisp, and it's got that nice citrusy quality to it.
You ever get your hand in the brewing process?
Once in a while Rich drags me into the brewery, but I'm more of a front of house guy. I'm more of a stand around behind the bar and deal with people kind of guy.
What's the most creative brew you've ever served?
The most creative brew I've ever served? Well, that's tough. Oh, you got me on the spot there.
Any cool combos?
I'd have to stop and think back on that.
Fair. So your shirt says beer specialist. What does that mean?
Well, that just means that's the shirt Rich bought me that says beer specialist. No, we all try to be very knowledgeable about beer. We all try to make sure that we know what we're doing, because when customers ask questions and our patrons ask questions, we want to be able to explain to them what they're drinking and how it was made and why they should be drinking that beer.
So, speaking of shirts, I saw there's a nice table of shirts over here. You want to come show us what you got?
With me, I'll show you.
Woo! We got a situation over here.
Bar stuff. Some of our Radicle Effect merchandise. We have several different T-shirts. These are only a few of the styles that we have. We have our hats. We have some really nice hoodies, zip-up hoodies, Radicle Effect, and we got those in several colors.
Got a favorite here on the table?
Of mine? Probably our Garlic Stout shirt. It's got great artwork to it. And our Garlic Stout is one of our beers. We don't really have flagship beers, but we do have some that we brew several times a year. Our Garlic Stout we brew about twice a year, and when we do, we go through it in about 4 or 5 days.
What pairs well with a Garlic Stout?
With a Garlic Stout? Think along the lines of Italian food. Pizza, pasta, those kinds of things. Anything that brings out that garlic flavor. The roasted garlic actually gives it a nice sweetness, believe it or not.
I gotta pick one of those shirts up before I go.
Right on.
What are these cans we're looking at?
These are some of our cans with some artwork that we've had done. We just finally started doing our own. We have the Technology. This is our amber ale that we have with the vanilla and coffee. And this is the one for our Black Tongue for our American Stout.
So Richard Nunez is the brewer here.
Yep.
Can you tell me a little bit about his background?
Yeah, Rich actually studied initially at a place called the Siebel Institute of Technology in Chicago. World famous, actually internationally famous beer school. They're part of the World Beer Association. And then after that, he went to Germany and he studied there with Domans in Munich. So he's got quite the background in brewing.
And he's been here at Radicle Effect the whole time.
He's the guy, yeah. This whole thing was his idea, and he's the one that started it from the ground up, and he'll take it through to the end, I guarantee it.
And we're coming up on a 10-year anniversary?
We are. July 10th, we're going to figure out what we're doing. Hopefully we're going to have some kind of an outdoor party. We're thinking maybe even bring a band, and it's gonna be great. Yeah.
That sounds fun. Local music, some local beer.
I'm sure it will be.
What's the story behind Radicle Effect's name?
A lot of people think it's radical, like, whoa, radical, but it's not. The radicle is actually when a seed germinates, the embryo of the seed, the first seedling that comes out of it is actually scientifically called a radicle. So that's where the grain comes from that we use to brew our beer. So the radical effect is actually that sprouting of that first seed.
That's cool to know. I had
Yeah.
no clue. So for the room we're in right now, can you kind of tell us a little bit about it? It looks very fun and entertaining.
Yeah, all the artwork on our walls was done by a young lady named Heidi Sallow. She's a local artist. She's done everything here. She started in the other room and then worked our way into the game room. She's just incredibly talented. And that's one of the other things that's nice about here is you get to work with so many talented people in so many different ways. I know it sounds funny, but whenever somebody new comes in, I say, look at the bathrooms, because the bathrooms are absolutely beautiful.
We'll have to make a trip in there before we go.
Absolutely. But yeah, this is all hers, and they're all kind of tributes to different breweries in the area. Some of them are covered up a little by the Dark Machine, but Great River, Front Street, the Bombers, the original AG. That's our Bloody Marys, which are kind of Quad City famous now. Our Bloody Marys are very good.
You serve them yourself here?
We do. We make it from the ground up. It's a 14-step Bloody Mary.
What are the 14 steps?
It's too much to go into right now.
What's your favorite topping on a Bloody Mary?
Come in on Sunday and check it out.
Hey, there you go.
The pickle and olives on top, just, they give it a nice little crunch at the end, but they're all delicious.
So John, what's the best time of day or day of the week to come and have a beer at Radicle Effect?
We're open 7 days a week. On the weekends, we open at 11 o'clock in the morning. We're open until 1 o'clock in the morning. During the week, we open at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're open until midnight. Anytime's good to come in.
So we're excited that you guys are participating in QC Craft Beer Week. We're hoping that everybody comes and enjoys something. What's your recommendation this week?
This week, come in on Sunday, have a Bloody Mary on the Bloody Mary special. Get a little sidecar of one of our beers to follow it. That's perfect to cool it down after the heat. And enjoy Quad City Craft Beer Week. And our day is Friday. Rock Island is Friday.
Rock Island is Friday, and I will go ahead and share this screen right here. If you all are taking a look, you can see the map of all of our great breweries in the Quad Cities. Come see Radicle Effect. Come say hey to John and enjoy some craft brews on their patio or here in their entertainment room. And have a great rest of your craft brew week.